Hello Pisces, this is your tarot reading for the dates of July 2nd through July 8th. Welcome back from the long 4th of July weekend. Hope you enjoyed your fireworks if you're here on the Western Hemisphere. If you're not, you didn't celebrate an Independence Day, but many of you did, so welcome back. We've pulled two major arcana cards for you, lovely Pisces, you darling, and that means that you're really working some incredible energy. Hopefully you gave to yourself over the weekend to temper this growth period that you're in, because it's kind of a doozy. And you've pulled the Emperor card as suggested here by this Leo the Lion, and this is Colette Baron Reed's tarot deck called the Good Tarot. And you've also pulled the Temptation card, so this is a warning if you're imbibing too much in toxic relationships, substances, food, too much of the wrong foods, substances, then it's time to steer clear. We enjoy ourselves over the weekend, but too much of anything is too much. Giving to ourselves is one thing, but staying in that space for too long can just be plain boring. So let's go back into our reading now, shall we? It could be toxic relationships. You need to make sure that this is one of Supreme Being's biggies, are always surrounded by like-minded people. So let's talk about the Emperor card, shall we? This is talking about how you should have a methodical plan, always. Any tree needs love and passion like a good plant. When you're the good gardener, you need to make sure that you're tending to yourself as if you are the plant. So careful thinking, good leadership for your prized project. Sometimes the excitement just carries us away. We get ungrounded for a moment. So we need to come back to our bodies and prepare so the final outcome is worthy of all that watering and caretaking. Yeah, you do definitely have what it takes to be a skillful and sympathetic leader. And find those eloquent words that inspire. It could indicate that you need to seek out wise counsel from those people that have experience about these things. Also could indicate worldly success, balancing daily life and chores, relying on the intellect, concerns with the big picture, taking on responsibility for others, or it could indicate father figures. Over the long weekend, maybe you actually had contact with that group that you incarnated with, so that would be indicating that you spent time with your birth father or your father figure in your life. So now we're going to ask the Supreme Being. Oh, well then let's go back to Temptation. This tells us eloquently to break free of restrictions. And again, detox from harmful foods, substances, people, and confront your fears. Limitations that you perceive and or you have created from maybe obsessing too much over something. Negative thinking can pull to us exactly what we don't want, because fear is a magnet just like joy. It's its antithesis. Could be an indication of relying or obsessing too much on material possessions and worrying unnecessary. So that's toxic thought that you create yourself. So now let's ask kindly the Supreme Being, God Goddess, to give us a broader stroke of the painting. Allow his input, her input, to make sense of the senseless. Please don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Pisces, if one of you, they're suggesting if one of you need help, wouldn't you kindly offer help? Or if you needed help yourself, wouldn't you want somebody to kindly offer help? It's talking about perspective. So maybe you're too close to the forest to see the trees. Maybe you've lost perspective. So perhaps just taking a step back from where you're at currently to take in other people's feelings and to sort it through. They're saying judgment may be indicated here. So it's talking about judgment and how just saying that if you were in a similar situation, you would want somebody to handle your feelings more delicately and with more investigation of what's a clearer picture of what really is happening. Somebody is asking for help from an authentic place, and it looks like you're not looking at the big picture here. You're too close. Maybe you're just not neutral enough to see the truth of the situation. Oh, and the Supreme Being God Goddess says you have psychic abilities, so trust those abilities. Trust your psychic abilities. Don't always rely on what other people say, even if it's on the internet. So they're just saying about your when you believe or don't know exactly what the truth is, check into what your hunch is or your first impression of the situation. That probably is going to be the best indication about authenticity. And then they're quoting a Bible scripture, you know, judge not lest thee be judged. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're just saying many hands make for light work, and something about light workers unite. Many of you Pisces are light workers. Maybe you haven't taken up the mantle. Yes, and along with that, they're saying your abilities are there to help people. To help. And thank you so much for being a kind and considerate audience as Pisces. It's always a pleasure. Love you. And until next time, much light, love, and blessings. Bye-bye.